So let's talk about some of your solo projects. Aaron, you are in a band called Holiday.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about that.
All right. So we released our record last October, and I don't know, it's a cross between it's a modern take on sort of rock psychedelia, kind of. We're just playing shows in New York. It's interesting. It's a different sound, I think.
They have their own sound. It's a really nice record. It's really, they got their own. It's all original, and it really sounds great. I think it's different and it's really nice.
Tell us who else is in the band with you and how you guys connected.
The guy who got me into the band was the young filmmaker Jack Fessenden, who has a film out right now called Stray Bullets. And he knew two other kids who he went to school with, and he introduced me to them because he was going to the school that I went to now, and he was helping me decide whether I wanted to go to it. So we jammed, we played, and he says, "Oh, you got to join my band." So I joined his band, and we started rehearsing, and then last spring we recorded the record, and yeah.
And where'd you record it?
We recorded it at his barn in upstate New York.
Okay.
So we could take our time with it and do all the weird editing stuff. Yeah.
What was that process like of recording in the studio? And obviously I see videos of you, Anton, playing in the studio. What you might have learned from your dad around all of that?
Play to a click, which I did not do.
Which you did not do.
Which I will do for our next record.
I grew up not playing with a click. Right. You know, I grew up when you had to get the basic track, and it was just the drums and bass, rhythm, guitar. And basically what they used to do is they would time it with a stopwatch. They'd time the chorus, 2 bars of the chorus, and then in the fade, they'd time 2 bars to see if the song sped up or not. And that's when I was recording in the late 70s and into the 80s. And then the drum machines came out. And then everyone started recording with a click. And then, quite honestly, it sort of was easier because you could cut takes together. Sure. And now with Pro Tools, it's ridiculously easy. But I'm glad that I grew up not just playing without any training wheels.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they did it like that as well, like a real band. You know, they just kind of played. It's cool.
And the real thing that I kind of learned was I was basically playing the drums to scratch guitar and scratch vocals just so I didn't have to memorize the song completely. But the real thing that I sort of took with me was I have no clue what post-production they're going to put on. I don't know what guitar parts they're going to come up with, so I can't go crazy because I need to leave room for what's to come. So I just played along to the guitar and took, I don't know, anywhere from 5 takes to one song took like 5 hours or something. But it was just great. We record the drums and then they record some rhythm guitar, and then I think we'd sort of sit with it a bit, and then there was a place in New York where we'd go and do all the overdubs and guitar solos.
So it was like a band, because nowadays you do like 2 takes, 3 takes of Pro Tools. They go, come in, that was terrible, and then they edit it together.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it's like recording as a band, going old school on it, right? Yeah. What's your kit, your sort of favorite go-to kit, Aaron, that you love?
I mean, I get the Yamaha stuff.
There you go, right?
You know, the Yamaha, and it's easy. It's kind of like he used to set up my kits when I was little, so I feel like our setup's pretty close just because I grew up comfortably on it. So it's pretty easy. I can just sort of sit down on one of his things and then, set up some drums of mine. And yeah, I recorded the whole album on Yamahas.
That's great.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the album and where can people find it?
Okay, it's called Holiday, and it's by Holiday, and it's on iTunes, but it's a bit hard to find, and it's on Spotify, so it's also on SoundCloud. I recommend you follow us on Instagram at holiday.band, and you go there and you'll get the link for SoundCloud, and I'm sure you can find us for Spotify and all that, and yeah, so
and you got some gigs supporting the album coming up?
Planning some spring gigs right now in New York, and the two main guys are Dalton Salisbury and Jack Fessenden, and then our bassist Addy and I play drums. So it's great. I mean, it's great because you just get to experience it as a band experience in New York, and also it's sort of we're playing what we want, and we just can play what we want. So, and then we do the show. So it's just our own game, which is great.